diagrams. So you watch the diagrams already I sent to you. You watch the diagrams. I already sent that diagrams to you. You can watch it first. So in that the it is an instrument using of the gas to flame it using the Bunsen burner also passing of air through compressor also. So in that above these flames will coming in that level, in that diagram that level one mirror is there, along with inside that we cannot see, lens is there, slit is there, filter is there, as well as photo recorder is there. So what the diagram is there in the colorimetry as the same way. So along with that, you can assume or you can same applicable to this. First is sample light source is there. So then filter is there. Then sample is there. As the same here also. So the filter is next. So before the filter in colorimetry, so that same way it is photo cell is there. Here this photo detector is there. Followed by that recorder is there. In some of that other books are there. They given example is along with that recorder is there or display. It is there in the sending of that board diagram I have written for this experiment purposes. So those all these things are common to us to conduct the experiment. That instrument is used is flame photometer. So this it is a photometer. Photo means light. With the help of the flame, we can get the light. So at the time of the absorption of the energy, whatever we have taken the solution, the absorption of energy at the time of burning. At the time of burning, absorption the energy, followed by it is got excitation. So it is passing towards of its higher level energy. It is jumping from lower orbital to the higher level. So that state of the atom we can call it as excite the atom, excitation of the atoms, or also we can call it as this got higher energy level or excited state. So when it is come down to the its ground state or lower energy level, at the time it emit the radiations. So that emit the radiation. Hello, audible to you all? So in that emit the radiations at the time, so we can get it as um, the emitting of radiation. That reading of that radiations immediately we can call it as this flame photometer. For this experiment, so we are taking how you can taking of others, what we can call it as what is that, samples. Just the same way we can taking the samples also. So in that sample, so here also we have selected. So any of the samples you can take sodium chloride, potassium chloride, especially that is what we can call it as uh, earth metals, alkaline earth metals and earth metals. We have use it. So at the time, so we can get it me as how much of how much of salt is dissolved, how much of sodium is there, how much of potassium is there. When we are using the term how much, so immediately we can get it as it is a quantitative experiment. As the same way, we are using to this also for qualitatives also. So whether it is sodium is there or not, potassium is there or not, that can also we can using this in this experiment. So for this flame photometry is also called as a flame atomic emission spectrometer. Here the emissions, what is the emission? The flame is emission. When it is the excited states of the atoms come down to the normal status or original status, at the time of they emit the radiation. How much of energy is absorbed? It is the capacity of the atom, it is the nature of the atom, it is the type of the atom, size of the atoms, all those things, the characteristic basic features of that we can assess it. So immediately what we can do it as come down to the normal state, we can assess it. So this much of absorbance is taken place. So finally we can get one calibration curve. So already what you can understand in the colorimetry, we have taken 4 to 5 6 of or 7 of 50 ml of volumetric flask. What you can see in the lab, 250 ml. As the same you will come and see. Otherwise we will show it also at the time of explanation in the lab. So that 50 ml of volumetric flask we have taken. To that, number one we marked as number one, number two, number three, number four, number five. So we'll mark it first. So we have, if we want to prepare the, we want to estimate the sodium from that given water sample or any of the sample. So immediately we have prepared the standard sodium chloride solution. If you want to estimate the potassium, we have prepared the series of standard solution also. Before that, we can prepare the standard solution or stack solution of potassium chloride. We want this estimation of barium chloride you have prepared standard solution. As the same, you want to estimate this lithium, sodium, potassium, cesium, rubidium, including of barium. So all these alkali earth metal and alkaline earth metal, alkali metals and alkaline earth metals, both all are these soft metals. We can possible to bend it, cut it using of any other metals also, using of knife also, sodium, potassium, lithium, you can easily cut it. So for that, it is making into the solution. So with the help of in the given water sample also, unknown sample, we can easily estimate. For that, any of you want, whether it is you find out the sodium how much is there in the given solution, you prepare the using a series of standard sodium chloride solution. As the same for potassium also. In the lab, estimation of sodium and potassium is there. Estimation of sodium and potassium is there. So far, along with that example, I can use to very neatly understanding of flame photometer. In the diagram, we are using of prepare the standard solution of sodium chloride. In that we have weighed. So what is the molecular weight of the sodium chloride? 35.5 it is for chlorine. 23 totally 58 point something you can got its molecular weight. You want 1 gram, you want 1 gram, so 58 divided by 23.5. So immediately you will get it as 2.7 something you got. You can 2.452 gram also you can dissolve. That is, we call it as a 1000 ppm solution. So you already understand what is this ppm, parts per million. For example, 1 kg is you expressed into the grams, it is you can multiply it by 1000. The kg is multiplied by 1000. Immediately 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. I think you got it. As the same way, 1 gram is you expressed in 1000 milligrams. 1 gram is equal to 1000 milligrams. So that is, you can write it as 1 gram is dissolved in 1 liter also same. 1000 milligrams is also dissolved in 1 liter also same, because 1 gram is equal to 1000 milligrams. So far 1 gram is dissolved in 1 liter, that is we can call it as a ppm. Means to say, for example is 440 550 ppm of calcium carbonate in the first experiment, it means to say 0.5 grams of dissolved salt. If it is 1000 you got, it understood very clearly to you, that is 1 gram of complete salt. TDS is 1 gram. TDS is 1000 ppm. TDS is 500 ppm means 0.5 gram of salt is completely dissolved. 250 ppm means 0.25 grams. So far, 1 gram is dissolved in 1 liter. We can call it as a 1000 ppm. The milligram is multiplied again by, the gram is multiplied by 1000, converting into the milligram. Again, that milligram is converting into the ppm. That can, the milligram is multiplied by 1000. You can 1000 into 1000. So that is, we can call it as 10 lakh or parts per million. So per million, you multiply it by 10 to the 6 is million. Per million means 1 divided by, that is 1 liter of DM water. So for 1 gram or 1000 milligram is dissolved in 1 liter. If you want to converting into the ppm multiplied by 1000, then we can call it as, that solution is a 1000 ppm solution, or also called it as stack solution, also called it as a standard solution. This is for sodium chloride. For that, very easy for us, instead of 2.7742 divided by 2, look like of equivalence, right? Divided by 2. So it means 1.27, it is mentioned in these notes also, 1.271 gram of sodium chloride is dissolved in 1 liter of DM water. That is, we can call it as, instead of 1000 ppm solution, we can call it as a 500 ppm solution. 500 ppm solution. So if from that you can pipette out 1 ml, 1 ml you can pipette out, it contains 0.5 milligrams. If it is 1000 ppm, you pipette out 1 ml, it contains 1 milligram. If it is 500 ppm, from that you pipette out 1 ml, it contains 0.5 milligrams. For 1 milligram, you pipette out 2 ml. So far, so we are neatly mentioning in the calorimetry. The first is the 50 volumetric plus, 50 ml volumetric plus, 2 ml, 4 ml, 6 ml, 8 ml, 10 ml. Here also, we have prepared 500 ppm of sodium chloride standard solution. From that, you pipette out the 2 ml. 2 ml contains 1 milligrams of sodium chloride, that is poured into the first number. The first 50 ml volumetric flask containing 2 ml of 500 ppm solution. Second is 4 ml. Third is 6 ml. Fourth is uh, fourth is 8 ml. Fifth is 10 ml. Is the same way. So you can, we can using for this, it is prepared. So we have prepared standard solution, that is 500 ppm standard solution. From that, we can using of that, 2 ml is pipette out to the first one, 4 ml pipette out to the second one, third one is also 6 ml, 8 ml to the fourth one, like this. So it means remaining ml, remaining 2 ml you can add this, remaining 48 ml you can add the DM water. It means 1 milligram of dissolved salt, 1 milligram of dissolved salt is, again it is dissolved in 50 ml. So it means that is, we can call it as a 2 ml solution, or we can call it as a 20 ppm. I think afterwards it is, you got confusion. So after the mathematics, I can explain it also. You can call to me, or you can call video call also. So I can explain to this. Just of this 1 gram is dissolved in 1 liter, you can call it as a 1000 ppm. From that, you can pipette out 1 ml. Again it is, you will dissolve in 1 liter. Then you can call it as a 1 ppm solution. Very simplest is, for 20 ppm, you pipette out the 20 ml. You pipette out the 20 ml from the stack solution. Again it is dissolved in 1 liter of DM water. That we can call it as a 20 ppm solution. For 40 ppm, you will put out 40 ml. For 60 ppm, you will put out 60 ml. For 80 ppm, you put out 80 ml, and again it is dissolved in 1 liter. For 100 ppm, you put out 100 ml dissolved again in 1 liter. This is for 1 liter sample. Instead of that, you have prepared for 500 ppm, you put out 2 ml, remaining 40 ml is you can add DM water. That is also you can call it as 2 ml sample or 20 ppm. Afterwards, you can calculate with mathematics. You can cut it. If not cut, you can ask me. Same 4 ml containing, so that second one is containing 4 ml means 40 ppm. Third one is 60 ppm means 6 ml. Eighth one is 80 ppm or we can call it as 8 ml. So fifth one is 10 ml or 100 ppm solutions. These are the series of the standard solutions you have prepared, and this instrument to obey this beast. I think you know about this. Intensity of the transmitted light or monochromatic light decreases as the increases the concentration arithmetically, decreases emission as concentration increases arithmetically. As the same, if the concentration increases, the absorbance is also the increase. Absorbance and transmittance is directly proportional. So far, we can to follow prepare the series of standard solution. Afterwards, that series solution we can take the unknown solution, that is especially water sample also, or any that they given to you solution. That unknown solution, how much it contain, you will get it. For that, what we can do, set up the instrument. We can take the one 570 598 nanometers of slide, keep it into the instrument where the mirror and lens is there. That at the time the place of mirror we can kept it, blow this aspirator, that is what we can call it as flame photometry, from passing the fuel, passing the air. Along with we can calibrate the first is, then the aspirant is there. Then what is before the sample, the air is passing. One pipe is there, small pipe, that is capillary pipe. That capillary is absorb the either air. If you put the solution, that is aspirate, sucking of the solutions, and it is sent towards where the flame is burning, and it is the burning is increasing. If the sample, that standard sample containing of 20 ppm solutions are 2 milligram is dissolved in 1 liter, or 1 milligram is dissolved in 50 ml of DM water. So far, immediately the blowing is gorgeous, flame is gorgeous. Why it is the gorgeous? If the 20 ppm solution containing sodium chloride, that is that sodium chloride atomizer, it is making into the sublimation and atomizing. What is this sublimation? Any of the substance you can boil it, eat it, from solid is converting into the liquid, you won't call it as a sublimation. Then it is you can continue. You take the 100 ml of 100 gram of ice, you eat it, become water, become vapor. So that is not a sublimation. You take any of the sample, any of the salt, you boil it, immediate it converting from solid to the vaporization, we can call it sublimation process. At the time of cooling also, it won't cross the liquid from vaporous to the solid. Those type of the example of your copper, iodine, including of chlorine, some of these we can directly transferring from solid to the gas and gas to solid inverse. Those type of we can call it as sublimating substances. Here also we are using some that metals, the sublimating types of these metals, it is easy for burning. Otherwise you can using iron, it is not burning at the time, you can get the wrong result. So far, for flame photometry, we can use only the soft metals type of solution, that is sodium chloride, potassium chloride, barium chloride. It is alkali metals and alkali earth metals we have used. That prepare the solution. Before that, you calibrate the instrument at the time of without keep any of this sample. You put the DM water, that is also this blank solution, only DM water is blank solution. Keep it near the aspirant, that is one capillary tube. It suck the DM water, suck the DM water. At the time, it should not gorgeous the flaming. It means it doesn't contains any type of the dissolved salts in that sample, that is DM water. At the time you set it as the absorbences make it 0. The absorbences make it 0. So then you can take again, it is a double calibration curve. You take the 100 ppm solution, that is fifth 5 ml, that is 10 ml, 2 ml, 4 ml, 6 ml, 8 ml, 10 ml, that is fifth one you will take it. So it is again you keep it under this that capillary or aspirant. Better we using the term is aspirant. Aspirant means sucking up the samples. It separates the gas and liquid. It separates the gas and liquid. It sent where the glowing is there, where the flame is there, sent to that and separate it. So that type of the instrument device we can call it as aspiration. That is we can call it as aspirant. At the time it can separate it also. And atomizer is there. Atomizer cases is dissolution, completely solved it, it is in the solution, then making into the vaporization. So at the time of vaporization and spray it on the Bunsen burner flame. At the time very much it is spraying, immediately the gaseous atom absorbs the this flame, and they jumping into its higher energy level, jumping into its higher energy level. When it is come back to that, when it is come back to that, it emits the radiation. At the time it is, we can call it as a the flame photometer. The main flame is gorgeous. We can read it, its absorbance. We can, that photo detector is absorb that, then it is announced how much of is there. For 20 ppm solution we keep it. So at 0 ppm we keep it, absorbance is 0. 20 ppm you keep it, either 25, 26 ppm of 26 absorbance you got. You can changing to the 40 ppm solution. At the time it can give it as 46 or 50, the emission will come. So it is 60 ppm, you can keep it under the aspirant. It can showing of reading of 65 or 70 or maximum is 80. So then it is for, you can take 80 ppm, 1995 emission is you can get it. So finally you can keep the 100 ppm solutions. We already, it is double calibrated. First calibration for 0, second calibration for um, 100 ppm. So you can get it as and 100 is very exactly 100. So at the time, so we can get it as the one line. Afterwards you can plot the graph, one calibration curve we will get it. Instead of the straight line, little bit bent line, little bit curved line you can get it, because of these double calibrations we had done. If you not done the double calibrated also, you can get it as very straight line. It is that we can call it as a calibration curve arising from the origin. It can satisfy the both Beers and Lambert's law, but here it is because of the double calibration only we can concentrate on this concentration. So then it is Beers law only it can satisfies. So then you can, whatever we have given this unknown solution to you, that you keep under this aspirant pipe capillary tube, immediately start to suck, and it will show the emitting is whether it is 20 or 40 or 80, whatever else. At that time we got 50, 56. It means after you plot it on the y-axis, you come across its calibration curve corresponding to very exactly to the x-axis. What you can got, that is that much of that ppm of sodium is there in the given water sample. So this is the experimentation you have to do in the lab also. This is the demo experiment. So we will show it also in this lab also. We will send it also in your YouTube record. So this is the procedure we have to done it. So that if it is a given unknown sample, only 20 is there, 20 ppm off. It means zero point 0.2 milligrams in 1 liter of DM water containing sodium. If it is zero, it will show it is zero. Immediately, the given water sample does not containing any of the sodium of any ppm. That is 0 ppm of a sodium. So, like this, we can do it for the same water sample. It is using for that is what we can call it as potassium also. Potassium also we can same things. We can prepare 20 ppm of potassium chloride. So I take another 5 to 6 7 of 50 ml volumetric flask. First one you will fill this 20 ppm you are prepared. What is this molecular weight? Potassium is K is 39 plus chloride is 35. So nearby the 40 plus 35 78 divided by the 39. So what you can get this weight that is dissolved, that gram of dissolved in 1 liter you call it as 1000 ppm solution, stock solution. Then it is pipette out 2 ml at 48 ml dm water, 4 ml 48 ml dm water, 6 ml say, remaining 44 ml of dm water. Again, it is dissolved in its 50 ml. We can call it as 2 ppm, the 20 ppm or 2 ml, 40 ppm or 4 ml, 60 ppm or 6 ml, 80 ppm or 8 ml, 10. For this is for potassium also. You keep it under this aspirant. It is before that we can calibrate again. We change the slide. We can change the slit. We can change the lens. For potassium is nearly 799 790. It's a maximum specific wavelength. The maximum absorption has taken place. For calcium is different. For sodium is 598 or 588. So for rubidium is different, cesium is different, francium is different. At the same way, this magnesium is different. Magnesium also we can use it. So for sodium, you want to determination of the sodium, you prepare the sodium chloride standard solution. You want to determine the potassium, you prepare the potassium chloride standard solution. Like 20 ppm, 40, 60, 80, we keep it under the 20 ppm. As the same 26 or 25, anything, any number emission will come, you record it. For 40 ppm, 40, 45 you can get it, or 38 might be get it also, no problem. Whatever the emission you can get it, you can record it. So if it is not recorded also, well, it is sophisticated flame photometer record is also there. Automatically it is recording itself also. So then it is for 60 ppm, 65, 70 you will get 80, 80, 85. For 100, this is double calibration. 100 we made, we made arbitrarily make it 100. For 0 ppm arbitrarily make it 0. For 100 ppm we make it arbitrarily, that is for 100. So we can call it as a double calibration curve. In this, there is double calibration instrument. So for this calibration curve won't get it as a straight line because of double calibration. So a little bit of bend is there, no problem to that bend. So then you can take this unknown solution what we have given. So keep it near this aspirator, that is a small pipe, capillary pipe. You suck the solution and spray it on this where the Bunsen burner flame is going on. So immediately atoms excited, number of atoms, how many number of atoms got excited, jumping into this higher energy level. So and then it is come down to its normal level and emit the radiation at the time. What is the emission rate? Is 10 is there, 20 is there, 30 is there, 100 is there. Let me see that. If 10 is there, the 10 ppm, zero point 0.1 milligrams of potassium is dissolved. 20 is there, 0.2 milligrams of potassium is dissolved in 1 liter. 50 is there, 50.5 milligrams is dissolved. 100 is there, 100 milligrams is dissolved in given water sample. So very clearly you got it. So that unknown solution you plot on this y-axis, it come across this calibration curve very corresponding towards the x-axis. Immediately you can note down this is no calculation at all. So far in this instrument we are using of photo analytical. This flame we can use instead of any of the light. It is also photo analytical types of experiment. This is used to determine totally both qualitative as well as quantitative. So other instruments using only the quantitative, not the qualitative. Here we can, how do you say it is a qualitative? For example, 790 the mirror you have used, 790 slide is you can use at that wavelength slide is used, you keep the sodium chloride, it won't read it. If you want sodium, so exact sodium slide you can use. You want potassium, potassium slide use. You want calcium, calcium slide you can use. The lens, that lens you can use. The respective lens, the maximum wavelength is fixed. At that maximum wavelength, the maximum absorption as a maximum absorption as taken place. So far, this is, you can keep it any other solution, any other lens, that series of standard solution you will prepare it. So then it is, you can use it afterwards, you can get it as to that is. So far, in this flame photometry, we are using of any solutions of sodium chloride or potassium chloride, any of these chlorides or any solutions, that respective lens you can use, that respective series of standard solutions you can use, that respective only you can use. Coming towards of theory, so when it is making into the solution is completely dissolved, so afterwards it is, you keep it into the series of standard solution under the aspirant, so followed by this absorbed it, it is jumping into this higher energy level and come down to its original status. So that when it is that all these things it is done by this atomizer, as well as, don't call it as a nebulizer, it is atomizer, they done this work. So at the time it can very exactly calculated by Boltzmann constant. The Boltzmann constant we can using as n1 divided by n naught is equal to z1 divided by z naught e to the power of delta E bar kt. So it means n is number of atoms. You can keep it into this 20 ppm, 0 ppm, whatever the solutions. N1 is how many number of atoms is sucked by this aspirant tube, aspiration part. Then it is spray it on the Bunsen burner flamer, and separation of the water is evaporated behind this, and salts and the metal or atoms are, it is absorb the flame and jumping into this higher energy level, that is n naught is ground number of atoms, n1 is how many number of atom is excited. So as the same way, it is g1 is a ground state, g naught is a excited state. In that we can separate this delta E, how much of energy, the reading of excitation, this emission we can write it and throw it. So followed by then it is a case K is constant and T is the absolute temperature. So this we can done. So calculated. So in 20 ppm solution or 40 ppm solution or 80 ppm solutions, how many number of atoms are excited, then that is also we can exactly calculate it. So far, this is, we can, another name is called as not only flame photometry, but it is also called as a flame atomic emission spectroscopy. Emission, what is the emission? The rays are emitted when it is excited state, come down to this normal state or original state at the time. So this the number of how many atoms is excited, that much of intensity is coming out from the number of atoms. Then it is detected by photo detector, followed by it is recorded under this recorder. So for in the screen, on the screen it has recorded. If it is not there in the recorded, using of your pen and pencil, you can draw the two tabular column. The first column is volume of sodium chloride, whether you can write 2 ml, 4 ml, 6 ml, 8 ml. So second line you can get emission at 598 nanometer. So what is absorbance, you can get it. So you will write down, and finally you can take the one graph sheet and plot the graph. X axis is 1 ml, 2 ml, up to this 10 ml you can write it. The y-axis is instead of the absorbance, here taking as emissions. Emission is 20, 40, 60, 80. Maximum is 100 is enough because we have done the limitation to the 100 ppm. We don't have this more than 100 ppm. So around the 100 ppm, we have used it. Especially, we can get the very accurate result. Whether sodium is there or not, how much is there. So far, we can call it as this is not only the quantitative estimation, but also it is the instrument is used for qualitative estimations. So in that very exactly you can cut the graph is straight line. It is that is only for single calibration. If it is double calibration, little bit the straight line little bit bend, but not a difference to that. If you make it single also, make it double also, no problem. But the result is very exact for us. The result is very exact for us. So at the time, so we can do it. What is you draw a one line with your bare hand to join it. So the unknown solution you mark it on y-axis. It come across the calibration curve. Just corresponding to that curve is draw a dotted straight line towards meeting of x-axis is that much ppm of, that much milligrams of. Milligrams per liter is nothing but of ppm. So that you will get it. So that is for sodium. If you want potassium, same thing. You plot one more graph. The volume of potassium chloride 2 ml, 4 ml, 6 ml, 8 ml, 10 ml. So unknown the observe the emissions of that you can record it on this second column, followed by this unknown sample. Same water sample you can use it. Same water sample you can using for testing of calcium, magnesium, sodium, all types of the cations. What you can call it as this in total ordnance. How many sodium, calcium, potassium, magnesium, all these salts are there. The same water sample is we can use it. Individual oddness is there. How can we can calculate in this? It is you use the instrument, the how much of sodium is cations are there, and only these cations, not anions. So in these cations how much, and whether it is there or not, very accurately, very minute, even in the ppm, that level is also very neatly we can calculate it. Plot of given water sample, how many tests it is using for sodium, you plot one graph, potassium another graph, rubidium another graph, lithium another graph, same water sample, prepare the that number of series of standard solution. Finally, you can you label it. This ppm of sodium is there, this ppm of potassium is there, this much ppm of lithium is there, rubidium is there, calcium is there, magnesium is there, any other salts are there, we can neatly find out. So that when compare with the total hardness, 500 ppm of total hardness is there, sodium is that ppm, potassium finally, this is also individual hardness, cations hardness, we can get it through this flame photometry. So this is a flame photometric explanation. So we can get it as from with the help of the flame photometry. So afterwards, how much of this is salt is there? Again, we can neatly calculate it. So this is the explanation of flame photometry. From that, so this is a, you are having any of the doubts, you can call me. Same as calorimeter. The remaining topic in this module is atomic absorption spectroscopy. So in the next class, we will take that of atomic absorption spectroscopy. Same, you can one line is volume of series of standard solutions. Then second line is what we can call it as its emissions. So it is we can write it as emissions. So same emissions we can write it as. So here, how many number of excited atoms is emit? How many number of excited states? We can based on that we can calculate the ppm of sodium, potassium, the cations we can calculate it. In atomic absorption spectroscopy, how many number of ground states are there? Not getting into the excited states. Based on that number, we are going to calculate of we are going to calculation of these things, calculations of sodium potassium metals. So this is for so explanation of the flame photometry. So in the next class we will start it on atomic absorption spectroscopy. Okay, thank you. So any of these doubts are there, you can ask me. Try to answering to your doubts. So in that you can ask any questions. Let us the time given to you. It is nothing but is same as to that of what we can call it as colorimeter. So extended. So based on the light, the principle also. Here it is got the what is the principle is any number of atoms are there got the excitation state. It is coming down to this. It is normal state or original state at the time of how much of intensity of emission light is taken place. The photo detector is detected and recorded, and that is announced. This how much of ppm, how much of milligrams of dissolved cations are there in the given 1 liter of water in the given water sample. So you can get it. So very exact readings you can get it. So this is this the plot the calibration curve, and you can get the answers. I think I hope you can very neatly understanding all those things. The remaining is for using of the time next class is let we take tomorrow. So in the Saturday we will take it also by time I will give it to you. So afterwards we will call you back later. So okay, thank you.